The faces of some of those taking part in today's march in Glasgow. They say they're frustrated.
We are sick and tired of climate inaction.
They want change.
For me, the biggest issue when it comes to climate change is the continued extraction of fossil fuels.
They have demands.
What I have to say for world leaders is that they must pay climate reparations to the communities most affected by the climate crisis.
And want those at the summit to listen to what they say.
And my message to the world leaders is that no one is safe from this climate crisis.
Greta, do you think Glasgow will deliver?
Greta Thunberg, who inspired the school climate strike movement, is in the city during COP.
No more blah, blah, blah! No more blah, blah, blah!
At a protest earlier this week, she said world leaders were only pretending to take climate change seriously. That movement would only come because of pressure from the public.
Change is not going to come from inside there. That is not leadership. This is leadership. This is what leadership looks like.
These young people will be among those leading the march through Glasgow.
Like strike with us, the workers, the MAPA delegations, the youth from Glasgow, the local people.
Dylan has been striking for the climate for the past 3 years, since he was 14.
It is very hard to switch off, I would say, especially the past 2 years really, since the COP got announced. It's been full steam ahead the whole time, so it is very all-consuming just because there's so much to do. There's always more we can do. It feels like you have a constant almost battle with yourself to do as much as you can. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely been sleepless nights.
What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now!
COVID means they're not sure how this will compare to previous marches, but organisers are hoping for thousands and that it will be impossible to ignore.
Glasgow is on a global scale. It's a small city. I think it has a lot of heart, and to be honest, I think it's a city that cares a lot about this stuff, and really it has a long history of protest. It cares about justice, and I think the people here are angry. So I think that, you know, in terms of spirit, in terms of reaction to the COP, it will match any previous COP. It might even outmatch it. But in terms of bodies on the street, it's difficult to assess because of the pandemic.
Making their voices heard matters so much to these pupils, they say it's worth missing a day of school.
Yeah, good idea. Do a mixture of both.
The strength of their feelings is clear.
Angry at the politicians for not taking action sooner. Also grateful that we have this opportunity to even protest, because there's tons of countries that don't have that opportunity.
I feel very strongly about it, you know. It's our world and it's our future.
We get into trouble for missing school?
I think that it's like we're missing lessons to teach the world one.
And hoping their calls for change will be heard. Lorna Gordon, BBC News, Glasgow.